How to get IELTS Band 9 Speaking. How to get high score in IELTS Speaking. 1. Overview. Normally, IELTS Speaking will last from 11 to 14 minutes, including 3 parts. Part 1 for 4 or 5 minutes, Part 2 for 3 minutes, and Part 3 for 3 to 5. In Part 1, you will be asked about yourself, your family, your work, and your interest. In Part 2, with a given task card, you will have to speak about a particular topic, including some points suggested in the card. You will be given 1 minute to prepare and 1 or 2 minutes to speak. In Part 3, the examiner will judge your language ability by further questions related to the topic in Part 2. In this video, I will instruct you how to get the high score in IELTS Speaking Part 1. 2. Tips. Here are some tips for you to follow. Tip 1. Be confident and prepared. Although you may feel nervous when starting the test, try to speak clearly and stop your answer confidently with a smile. If you do that, the examiner will think you have prepared for the test and are ready for the next question. They don't mark on your body language, but you should use a little and keep the eye contact with examiners. That makes you more natural when you speak. Tip 2. Keep it simple and concise. Say yes or no when necessary. Part 1 questions are often familiar and easy, so you don't have to give a long and difficult answer. Just range from 1 to 3 sentences for length. When speaking, it is hard to focus much on grammar, 25% of the score. Instead, you should pay attention to vocabulary and fluency. These criteria will raise your score better. If necessary, you can give yes or no at the beginning of the sentence to show your attitude to the question. Tip 3. If possible, give a reason for your answer. Frankly, to Part 1, it is better to get directly to the question. Use not lots of linking words. For example, instead of saying, "Yes, I like living in London," by "Yes, I like living in London because it's where most of my family members and friends live, and there have lots of things to do here." 3. Detail instruction with examples. In this part, I will give you some common topics for Part 1 and the way to get your high score in IELTS with better vocabularies and ideas. Topic 1. Work and study. Study. 1. What do you study? 2. Why did you choose that subject? 3. Do you like that subject? 4. Is it a popular subject in your country? 5. What was your first day like? 6. If you have a chance, would you change the subject? 7. Do you plan to get a job in the same field as your subject? Work. 1. What is your job? 2. Why did you choose that job? 3. Do you like your job? 4. Is it a popular job in your country? 5. What was your first day like? 6. What was your first day like? 7. Do you plan to continue with your job in the future? You can see that there are some kinds of questions which can apply to almost topics in part. What you need next is just preparing a packet of vocabularies related to the topic you will be asked. For instance, question 1. What do you study? I'm currently the first-year student at Nottingham Trent University, and my major is education. With this answer, it is quite short and simple. Hence, you can raise your score by giving more detail about your major. Here is the change. I'm currently the first-year student at Nottingham Trent University with a major in education, which is a very meaningful subject to me. In the future, I wish to devote back to society by being a responsible teacher to my student. This answer can be changed for the topic job, like, I'm currently the new staff at tech company with a specialty in IT, which is the major I learned at university. In the future, I wish to devote to my company by being a responsible and well-skilled employee to my tasks given. Question 2. Why did you choose that job? I chose because I like teaching English to children. The above answer seems too short and lack of convincing. You may change by adding more reasons and use simple linking words to make your answer in order, like, to be honest, I make a choice of this job with two main reasons. At first, I am in love with teaching English to children. Another factor is because my hometown lacks a lot of English teachers, so it is easier for me to get a job here and live closely with my parents. The answer can be changed for some topics: study, accommodation, hobby, like, study. To be honest, I make a choice of this subject with two main reasons. At first, I am in love with speaking English with foreigners. Another factor is because my hometown lacks a lot of English teachers, so when I finish my major, I will come back to my hometown to find a job here. Accommodation. To be honest, I make a choice of a flat with two main reasons. At first, I am in love with a cozy and large open space which the flat owns. Another factor is because I cannot afford to buy a house in a city, so it is easier for me to rent a modern and comfortable flat first and buy a house later. Hobby. To be honest, I make a choice of reading comics with two main reasons. At first, I am in love with great pictures of superheroes drawn in the comics. Another factor is because I am too lazy to spend hours reading novels or books, so it's easier for me to dig into comics to have some fun. Question 3. Is it a popular subject in your country? Definitely yes. Many students like to play computer games, so there is no doubt that people are into that subject. To get the higher score, you can compare instead of only giving reasons. Here is the change. In the past, the major like economics and business are always the first choices for most people, with the marking requirement are almost on a top level. However, with the huge shortage of technology workforce now, computing subjects become popular and well-paid than other major, so there is no doubt that people are into that subject. You can also apply it to different subjects. Let's try to change yourself. Subscribe this channel for the next video about topics in Part 1. Topic 2, Hometown. Topic 3, Daily routines. Topic 4, Hobbies and leisure time. Topic 5, Weather.